Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel Physics for UG. Now in this video, today we shall discuss entropy of a perfect gas. What is entropy? Basically, entropy is the disorderliness or randomness of any system. Now we have to derive the change in entropy, ds for a system. Okay. Now first consider 1 mole of perfect gas and dq amount of heat is added to it. So dq is the amount of heat added, and we consider 1 mole of ideal gas or perfect gas. Perfect gas means same as ideal gas. Okay, so what is ideal gas equation? Pv equal to nRT. P is the pressure, B is the volume, N is the number of moles, R is the gas constant, and T is the temperature. If you take 1 mole, then N will be equal to 1. So the equation will be Pv equal to RT. We use it later. Okay. The first part is dq equal to TdS. This is the second law of thermodynamics. What is dq? dq is the amount of heat added, and T is temperature, ds is the change in entropy. So also dq equal to du plus dw. This is first law of thermodynamics, and this is the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, so dq is equal to du means cpdt plus dw means pdv. Okay, how du cpdt? Because cb is the specific heat at constant volume, which is equal to du by dt. Because as per formula, cv always dq by dt at constant volume. But remember, dq as per first law, dq equal to dw also equal to pdv, same thing. So when volume is constant, so dv part will be 0, so dq equal to du. So cv equal to dq by dt at constant volume means dq को हम du लिख पाएंगे, इसलिए dq we can write dq as du. So cv equal to du by dt. Okay, then what is du? cpdt. So du equal to cpdt plus dw होता है pdv. Okay, तो dq equal to cpdt plus pdv. p के जगह हम लिखेंगे RT by V, क्योंकि PV equal to RT. This is the ideal gas equation for 1 mole. So we can write P is equal to RT by V. So what the equation? dq equal to how much? TdS, second law. So cpdt plus RT dV by V. RT dV by V. So ds equal to dividing t on both sides. So ds equal to t डिवाइड, दोनों साइड में t डिवाइड करने के बाद क्या होगा? इसमें dt by t होगा, इसमें dt कैंसिल हो जाएगा. तो क्या होगा? cb dt by t plus r dv by p. This is name this equation as first equation. Okay, so how can we derive? Now we have to integrate. So let's start. So ds equal to cv into what is dt? What is dt by t? Look at here, right side part. PV equal to RT. So T is equal to PV by R. T equal to P by R. So dt will be P dv plus V dp by R, because R is constant. Derivative of differential of dt is equal to differential of right side part PV. The d of PV means the differential of V, keeping P constant, and plus V and differential of P, keeping B constant, differential of P. So P dv plus V dv by R, put in place of dt here, and put this dt in place of here. Okay, dt P dv plus V dp divided by R, ये हो गया by T plus what is R? As per Mayer's formula, from Mayer's formula, Cp minus Cv equal to R. So put in place of R equal to Cp minus Cv dv by V. Okay, now separate those parts. Cv into P dv plus V dp by Pv, because RT equal to Pv. plus Cv minus Cv dV by V. So what will get? Cv into dV by V. And from this part, look at this part, P dP by PP, PP cancel, the remaining part is dV by V, plus V dP by also PP, the VV cancel, the dP by P, dP by P, plus Cp into dV by V minus Cv into dV by V. So writing this part. Okay, so what will be cancelled? Anything that will be cancelled? So look at the first term, Cv dV by V, and last term minus Cv dV by V cancelled. The remaining part is Cv dP by P plus Cp dV by V. Now easily we can integrate. Because 1 by x integration is ln x. So now look at the part. So what will be s equal to ds integration, taking s, ds integration s, keeping integration. So integration will be s, which is equal to s equal to Cv log Cv dP by P will be log P, d by V will be log V, and this is constant. Okay, so if we put the value, if the gas expands, changes from P1 B1 T1 to P2 B2 T2, प्रेशर कितना था? प्रेशर P1 था, वॉल्यूम B1 था, टेम्परेचर T1 था, and it changes to pressure P2, volume B2, temperature T2. Then easily we can put the limit delta S, change in entropy, delta S equal to Cv log P. If we integrate this equation from P1 to P2 and then from B1 to V2, then we have to integrate accordingly. So what will we get? In place of P, we have to write P2 minus P1, and remember log A minus B is equal to log A by this much. We can write this is log A minus log B. Log A minus log B equal to log A by B. That is used in this part. Because this is P, upper limit is P2, lower limit is P1. So log P2 minus log P1, that will be log P2 by P1. That is log P2 by P1. Similarly in the second part, Cp log B, उसका लिमिट क्या होता है? B1 to B2 होता है. तो लिमिट पुट करने के बाद log B2 माइनस log B1 होगा, और log फार्मूला अप्लाई करके हमको क्या मिलेगा? log B2 by B1. So this is the change in entropy in terms of pressure and volume. Because delta is a change in entropy, it contains, this is pressure and this is volume. So this expression is the entropy change expression in terms of pressure P1 P2 and volume B1 B2. So this is in terms of P and B. Now we shall proceed for other parts. Now integrating equation 1 directly. Look at equation 1. So equation 1 is ds equal to Cv dt by t plus R dV by V, dt by t plus d by V. Look at this one, dt by t plus d by V, ds delta C change in entropy equal to, so dt by t will be log t. If you integrate from t1 to t2, that will be log t2 minus log t1, this part, this will be log t2 minus log t1, log t2 by t1. Similarly for the second part, r into log v, log v2 minus log v1, so finally r log v2 by v1. This expression is change in entropy in terms of temperature T and volume B. That is in terms of temperature T and volume B. Again, let's look at another part. We know P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. ये कैसे हुआ? Remember, look at here. For an ideal gas, Pv equal to RT, 1 mole of ideal gas. So R equal to how much? R equal to Pv by T. So R is always constant. So we can write P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2, because this part is also R, this part is also R. So we can write P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. Okay, from this part, what is T2 by T1? T2 by T1, T2. Keep T2 in the above and T1 in the same place, and take P1 P2 to the lower side. That will be P2 V2 by, that will be P2 V2 by P1 B1. So T2 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by P1 B1. So put delta S equal to CV log E. Log E. देखो T2 by T1 here we have to put this T2 by T1 as P2 V2 by P1. Okay, that means you can write this as P2 by P1 into V2 by B1. This is log AB formula. This is log AB formula. Log AB का मतलब log A plus log B. So log P2 by P1 plus log V2 by V1. Log A plus log B is equal to log AB. That means this much. Previous part. इन दोनों मिला के we can get this one. Plus what is R? R equal to, put here Cp minus Cv, then log B2 by B1. Okay, open the bracket. So easily delta S equal to this one. First part is Cv log P2 by P1. Second is Cv log B2 by B1 plus then Cp log B2 by B1 minus Cv log B2 by B1. Remember this Cv log B2 by B1 and last part is minus Cv log B2 by B1 cancelled. So remaining part will be, the first term will be Cv log B2 by P1, this will exist, and the last one is Cp log B2 by B1. Cp log B2 by B1 and finally Cv log B2 by P1, that is delta S. And this is the expression for entropy, change in entropy in terms of pressure and volume. प्रेशर एंड वॉल्यूम, बस हमको सिंपल इंटीग्रेशन करना है, लिमिट लगाना है और उसके बाद आराम से हो जाएगा इक्वेशन 1 के बाद. ओके, नाउ वी विल गो अनदर पार्ट. Okay, this is another way easily we can find. So what is V2 by V1? So same from ideal gas equation, PV equal to RT. So V equal to RT by P. So V1 by V2 by using this formula. So what is V1? V1 equal to RT1 by P1, and what is V2? V2 is RT2 by P2. Dividing V2 by V1 we get this much, P1 by P2 T2 by T1, because V is inversely proportional to P. That's why V 2 by 1 होता है और प्रेशर 1 by 2 होता है, लेकिन V टेम्परेचर के साथ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है, इसीलिए V2 by V1 होता है, T2 by T1 होता है, and R is a constant, so that is cancelled out. So what will be the result? If we put in place of V2, if we put in place of V2 by V1, look at this line, Cp log E T2 by T1 plus R log P1 by P2 plus log E T2 by T1. Then put Cv equal to Cp minus R minus R log P2 by P1 plus R log T2 by T1. So finally the expression is delta S equal to Cp log E T2 by T1 minus R log E P2 by P1. So actually these are the different ways to derive the formula. So you can easily write first 2 to 3 expressions. Easily you can find 2 to 3 expression, and you can find the change in entropy in terms of P and V. Whatever asked in the question you will answer accordingly in terms of P and V, in terms of P and V terms, T and V terms. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, then like the channel, subscribe the channel, and share the channel and share the video. Thank you.